guys, this video is going to show you how I like to teach a LeaveIt. I have a treat in my hand. It's just a freeze-dried liver treat that I'm going to use as my prop to have Cooper leave it, and then I'm going to reward him for doing that. But I like to shape this behavior. So you'll notice in the beginning I won't actually be using the word leave it until he starts to get the idea. Then I'll attach the word to it, and then I'll start using it as a command. So what I'm going to do is just hold this in my hand. I am fine with him sniffing it, but the moment he backs away, I'm going to mark and reward that. So I'm not going to put it to his face because that makes it look like I'm giving him something. I'm just going to put my hand down. Yes, and the moment he moved his head away from it, I mark and reward. And we're going to keep doing that. I'm going to just put my hand down. I'm going to wait. Yes. It's very normal for dogs to kind of be persistent and kind of try to get that food. So you got to wait and be patient. I'm going to do it again. And I'm keeping it clasped so he can't actually get to it or even lick it. Yes. Good job. I was a little early on that one. We're going to do that again. Yes. Good job. Okay. Yes. Good. And as he starts to get faster and faster with backing away, then I'm going to start using the word. Yes. Good. Now, when he backs away, I'm going to start letting him know that doing that is called leave it. So here you're going to see that I'm not using it as a command. I'm actually just trying to build the association that what you're doing is called leave it. So I'm going to just put my hand here. Leave it? Yes. And the reason why I like to do this is most of the time if we just start throwing out the word, they're not really listening anyway because they're working through what they should be doing. So I want to wait till they're ready to hear it and then I start using the word. Leave it? Yes. Leave it? Yes. He didn't even sniff at that time, so I was still able to attach the word to that. If your dog stops sniffing it altogether, you can kind of nonchalantly like move your hands around. You just don't want to put it directly to his face. Leave it? Yes. Because then that looks like you're giving him something to eat, and that would be unfair. So again, just might talk around with it, kind of let him smell it, and then just do this and see if he goes up to sniff it. Leave it? Yes. Try not to drop the treat like I did and really prevent them from getting it. Leave it? Yes. He didn't even go for it that time. Now what I can start doing is using it as a command. And I like this command to use it more as like a warning to the dog. I don't use it as like a form of punishment or correction or anything like that. It's just, hey, I need you to do this. And if they follow through, they still get rewarded. So even if they put their nose to something and then I say leave it, if they listen, they get rewarded for that. So I'm going to put this down and I'm going to tell him to leave it. I'm going to wait till he's paying attention. He's looking out at the window. Leave it? Yes. Good boy. Leave it? Yes. Good job. And this is just the beginning stages. We're going to advance because obviously you're not going to always have the food in your hand. Leave it? Yes. Good. Now I'm going to start using more of an open palm, but I'm going to be able to clasp it really fast if I need to. It's really, really important they don't get the food. You don't want to reinforce them trying to get at it. If they see that there's a chance they could still get it, they'll be more persistent. So just be really careful. Don't let your guard down. Assume your dog might try to get it. So I might just go like that. Leave it. I'm going to clasp. Yes, because he backed away. I don't expect him to fully know what leave it yet means. I'm going to keep my hand open. Leave it. Yes. Good. Leave it. Yes. Good job. I'm going to roll it around in my hand. Leave it. Yes. Good job. And I want him to see that leaving it alone is worth it. It is in his best interest. So this way, in the future, if he does go for something that's not safe, I can use that and he'll see it as something beneficial versus me just trying to take him away from something he wants. Leave it? Yes, good job. Now I'm gonna switch hands, make sure that he's okay. Leave it. Yes. Good job. Leave it. Yes. Good boy. Okay, now we're gonna get a little bit more challenging and we're gonna start putting it on the ground. So I'm gonna change this view a little bit. And again, there's a very high possibility he's gonna go for it, so I have to be prepared, and I'm gonna keep my hand hovering over it first. Leave it. I'm gonna wait till he backs up. Yes, good job. Backs up, lay down, sit. Anything other than moving forward to grab it. Leave it. Yes. All right, he's already just kind of hanging around. Now I'm gonna keep it exposed, and I will only cover it if I need to. Leave it. Yes. I'm gonna move it around a little bit. Leave it to make it a little bit more tempting. I want him to understand that you have to leave it no matter what. Leave it. Yes. Leave it. Yes. Good boy. Leave it. Yes. Good job. All right, let's tempt him a little bit more. Down. Do so cool, baby. Good boy. Leave it. Yes. Leave it. Yes. Now remember, I have to be prepared, and I'm going to use my foot if I need to cover it. Leave it. Yes. Now, if your dog is intently staring at it, I wouldn't mark that just yet. I would wait till they at least look away. Because sometimes when they're staring at it, they're just kind of waiting for you to walk away from it. And then they're gonna get it, yes. So mark and reward when they look away from it. Leave it, yes, good boy. Leave it, yes, good. Now we can make this a little bit more challenging. And you can set up a bunch of treats like in a path and have them walk around it. But we're gonna do one more thing before we do that. Cooper, come. Good. I'm gonna just kind of toss it. Leave it. Yes. Very good, buddy. That's a good job. Okay, we're gonna put a leash on him. Okay. Leave it. Yes. Good job. Now, unless you practice with the same item over and over for weeks and weeks, it is very likely that if you leave the room, the dog's not going to leave the item. They're only going to do it with you around. Leave it. Yes. Good boy. And even though he's doing great now, if I were to try this again an hour from now, it doesn't mean he knows what leave it means just yet. He just knows what I'm looking for from him. Yes. Right now. So he has not learned the word leave it just yet. It's going to take many repetitions for him to kind of figure that out. Let's go. We're going to walk around the treat. See how he's doing? Leave it. Yes, good boy. And he's willing to leave it because he knows he's getting food anyway. Good job, buddy. Leave it. Yes, I know that was hard. Good job, buddy. Okay. Leave it. Yes. Great. Now what we're going to do, Cooper, come here. Okay. Stay. We're going to line up some treats, make it even more challenging. See how he handles that. There's a lot of them on the ground now. I'm gonna keep the leash a little short. Leave it. I'm gonna wait till he, yes, looks away from it and back at me or anywhere else. Let's go. We're gonna just walk around. Good job. Leave it. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Yes, I love that you're still looking at me instead of looking at the ground. Good job. Now we're going to go the other way. Leave it. Yes. Good job, buddy. Leave it. He's definitely looking, so it's not that it's not challenging for him. Leave it. Ah. Good boy. Yes. Even though I had to give him correction, I still rewarded him. Leave it. Yes, good boy. Good. Yes. Good job, buddy. And we'll keep going until he can fully ignore it. Yes. Very good. Nice job, buddy. Leave it. Yes. Awesome. Very good. Okay, we'll do one more scenario. Okay. We're going to make a path that we can walk in between. Come. Leave it. Boy, let's go this way. Okay, we're going to walk right down the middle. Leave it. Yes. Gets rewarded at the end. Let's go. Leave it. Yes. Good boy. Leave it. Yes. Good boy. Okay. Let's pick those up. So at no point during the practice am I actually going to let him have this. For me, a leave it should mean leave it alone for good. If I wanted my dog to actually get the item and I just wanted him to wait, I probably would use that kind of a command instead. Okay. Now, you also want to think of different items that you can use so that your dog can transfer it to anything. So if you're just using food all the time, then your dog might only understand it for food. Or if you only ever use one item, they're only going to understand it for that one item. Let me lift that up. So you'll definitely want to experiment with some other items. So you'll want to use different items. He really likes my daughter's crock and he likes toys. So we're going to practice with these two things. It doesn't mean he's never allowed to have this toy. It just means like right now you can't have it and you're not going to get it right now. So we'll start with the crock. I think that one will be a little bit easier. And I just want him to leave it as I get closer towards him. I don't want him to go and sniff it. Leave it. Yes. Good job. And I'll just kind of like dangle it. I'm not going to put it right to his nose because again, I think that's unfair. That's usually a signal for a dog to sniff or take something when we put it to their nose. So I'll just kind of like nonchalantly swing it around. Leave it. Yes. Good job. Okay. Toss it. Leave it. Yes. Good boy. Okay. Now we'll try something a little bit harder. A toy. Leave it. Yes. Leave it. Yes. Good. Leave it. You're looking at the fan. Yes. Good boy. Okay. I'm gonna let it dangle next to me. Good boy. Okay, and then I'm gonna toss it. Leave it. Yes. Good job. You definitely want to use a food too that would motivate your dog to ignore a toy. If your dog is like super toy motivated, you'll have to find a food that's higher, or you can reward your dog with a different toy. Leave it. Yes. Good job, buddy. And then I'm gonna actively toss it. Leave it. Yes. Good job, buddy. Nice job. And that's it. So try it with different items. Make sure you practice it several times. Even though we did great today, like I said, we're gonna have to practice this over and over for him to truly understand it. So if you like to use that as a warning for your dog to stop doing what they're doing or get their nose or mouth off of something, you have to practice it consistently. Just trying to throw it out in real life situations, your dog's not really gonna understand what he's supposed to be doing. He might get it right sometimes based off of the tone of your voice, but they're only gonna get it right 50% of the time, and no learning is taking place because they're just guessing. They're not really sure what they're supposed to do. So putting it actively into a training session will help tremendously. It won't help with every little thing, but it can help with a lot. So if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.